tied game either way. That's a storyline. Talking of other storylines, we just had an update. Lincoln have swept Loughborough. So that's another storyline that continues from the game we just had. But the important part is, how will Manchester play and Warwick try and finish this off? One team will be looking to get their noses ahead in this series. We start approaching overtime. Jakey, flip reset. Can you find one but in regulation? Not quite. Tarek can't find the drop down. Orion, we've entered overtime.
We have entered overtime for the second time this series. And it will be another match point decider. Tarek trying to do it early. Ethan is up for it. Bionic not going to make the block. It's dropping down so dangerously, but nobody from Manchester wanted to commit early. Pressure still on, though, and Warwick are flailing for it. They are so low on boost as well. Not able to get anything. Rotations breaking down. Mad Alex having to just half flip for it, but you can see from the camera right now, Tarek with the shot, back post, Manchester match point.
Excellent placement coming in. Jakey just about gets the nose in front of Mad Alex's block. And they'll find a way through, find a way past, but this has been a lot tighter than I think we thought it would be before the first game was played. Warwick have made it extremely tough for the Manchester Mermaids to try and get their way through this series and on to the last game of today. Wow.
Yeah, they really have. Warwick, they were actually in the lead with only about a minute and 30 seconds left. Manchester forcing the overtime and then winning that overtime as well. So a complete coin flip as we go into game 4 here with Manchester 2-1 up in the series. Warwick now needing to win 2 games on the bounce if they want to be victorious in the series. And we came into this with Manchester, yes, tied on points, but with a much higher game win differential. And I'm sure Manchester now, they feel like they can win, but I'm sure as well they want to do it at the earliest opportunity, because even losing another game to Warwick now, even if they go on to win the series, could hurt them, because there's going to be so many teams on 8 points now. That result from Lincoln and Loughborough. Loughborough are now going to be on 8 points. They have a 71% game win. So, you know, you want your game win percentage to be as high as possible. Manchester really are going to want to do this at the first time of asking and not give Warwick an opportunity to come back in the series.
Lines cleared, but Mad Alex will try and bring it back. Ethan, fast play. Jakey dropping it down. Not too long into game 4. Manchester just getting ahead. I think we're getting more problems coming in for the two teams. Bionic dropping it down. Tarek clearing the lines. Comes off the backboard, dropping down. Ethan's there. Another goal coming in. But I think a nervous moment. I'm not quite sure if this will be counting. No, it won't. As both Manchester and Warwick are agreeing to I think we are having a restart, yes. I think we are having a restart and a server change to make sure the server is just right. And it is a key moment that we actually do give both teams the best possible opportunity, considering the position we are in. Well, again, problems striking Warwick as they look to get back into this series, but Manchester seemingly doing just fine. But I wonder who's going to benefit the most from this break. Of course, Warwick are going to be happy. You know, the server reset, they'll be back in the series in that way. Manchester, how much momentum are they feeling after that overtime win? They cut it close. They're getting a lot of the pressure. Is this really going to hurt them that badly? I
don't think so. I mean, they've just scored 2 goals in the opening 30 seconds, so clearly they're feeling good about themselves. So yeah, Manchester, I don't think it's going to hurt them. They very sportingly said that they would remake the server. So thank you, Manchester, for doing that, despite being 2 goals up. Not every team would do that, so we do appreciate that sporting gesture. As hopefully this server is a little bit more stable. Tarek has just said that we do get our goals right, which I don't think.
Oh, sadly not. Admin
Sadly
has
not.
ruled. Admin has ruled.
Well, we go from 0 and again then, but I'm sure Manchester, knowing that they scored those 2 early on, will pick up where they left off.
Well, no messages so far, and in fact, it'll be on the other end. 15 seconds in, Warwick will find the opening goal, and oh dear.
No, he's trolling. More. He has to be trolling.
No, he's...
He has to be.
I do love me some Rocket League servers.
All right, I don't know how to call this. I don't want to make any accusations.
Thank goodness there are admins to deal with this problem.
Yeah, well, our admin is currently having a bit of a difficulty ascertaining whether they are joking or being serious.
Okay,
the call is play on. The call is play on, and Warwick are in the lead. So let's try and get back to a bit of normality here, shall we?
How can we... We've had 3 goals technically in game 4 so far. 2 from Manchester, 1 from Warwick. Can it be made 4 and 2-0 in this game? Tie it up on the 2 legs. Do it Champions League way. We've got away goals. This on target. Jakey can't quite make the definite save. And there we go. We are tied up on legs. It is 2-2 overall in the game 4 series. But it will be this one that counts.
Yeah, but sadly, both teams agreeing. Jakey saying now yes, play on. So this is the scoreline, and this will be the scoreline going ahead in this game. Reminder, we are on match point for Manchester, so if they were to win this game, they would win the series outright. But currently, Warwick on course to take us to a game 5. So controversies aside, Warwick must be feeling pretty good about themselves in the position that they are in at the moment. But we have seen Manchester come from behind before. And I don't put it past them to do it again. But it does seem that whole kind of, I don't know what to call it, but it has shaken them quite a bit.
That saga hasn't really played into Manchester's hands, but I think Jakey is all good now. No reports of packet loss, so it might have just been a brief moment at the start where he was having it. So we will be continuing. 3 minutes left on the clock, 2 goals to be made up for Manchester. Try and take this first overtime, try and take the series from there. Dropping it down, Tarek. Locked out. Ethan towards the side. Mad Alex pushing it towards the center. Biden will feel back. Flip man as all gets reset. All the pressure lost. Ethan. The back wall. That's not quite the best way of getting power, and no clearance means Warwick have possession. 3-0 Warwick with half the game to go.
Yeah, this lovely shot. I think Tarek was completely blindsided watching the ball come across from left to right, and then the shot absolutely out of nowhere. So 3 unanswered goals now from Warwick in this game. And I mean, even if you took Manchester's goals that they scored before the lobby was remade, you'd still have Warwick in front. So I think it's pretty fair at the moment, and I think we can definitely say that Warwick look to be the better team in this game as things stand.
Ethan trying to find way through. Won't get past this. 2 minutes remaining. Tarek pops it past 1, but again, Manchester... They're catching themselves just with one person attacking, no follow through from any of their other players. Here's where they've actually fixed that error, and they have a chance with Tarek in the open net as well. 3-1. Manchester are back into it, but you can see here, as soon as they all start pushing up, as soon as there's 2 of them getting in position, they get the goal. It's almost as simple as that for Manchester. They just need to concentrate a little bit more on their attack and where their players are. They need to be calling each other to each other where they are, when they're attacking, when they're pushing up. and get in sync. I think that's one of the problems that Manchester are having in this series.
Yeah, I think though as well, there was a complete breakdown in defense from Warwick. Just a double commit, completely opened up the net. Once again, we see them opening up the net as Tarek puts his team back within one. Jakey went for the musty flick, but didn't really get it. Yeah, it was a bit of a Chad maneuver as Ethan then just sat on the front of the ball as well. Yeah, Tarek putting his team back within 1 minute 30 left on the clock. And they have come back from a goal down before, 2 goals down as well. So Manchester still perfectly capable of winning here in Game 4 to take the series 3-1.
1 minute 20 to go. 1 goal really required for Manchester. Make the last 60 seconds interesting for this Warwick side. Tarek towards the back ball, locked out by Dis, out towards the side. Here comes Jakey. Can't find a way through it for the moment. Drops it up to Ethan. Pass it up to Ethan. Manchester are putting Warwick to the sword at the moment. Ethan up. Gets their second, but does pop it up. Makes sure Manchester have time to get back. Here comes Jakey. 1-on-2 opportunity. Fakes past 1. Can't find the far corner, but does drop it down. Here's the shot. Just wide. And Manchester can't find their way through just for the moment, and Warwick have the counter. Ethan will block it out. Fast, frenetic play as we enter the last 30 seconds. Will Warwick be able to hold on? Will Manchester get back into this? Warwick find a way through.
What was that? He had 2 players around him just jockeying him for the ball. Ethan all over the top, but somehow still manages to get the flick into that right-hand goalpost, and a 2-goal lead restored for Warwick. They are in prime position here to take us to a Game 5.
Jakey towards the side. Tarek takes control, flicks it past 1. 14 seconds remaining. Tarek makes things interesting again. 2-goal lead of Warwick put under threat again. Now drops down to 1. This next kickoff is going to be absolutely vital.
Really is. 14 seconds left for Manchester to find a goal to take us to yet another overtime. Ethan's got it in the air, but Bionic with a pre-jump. Tarek now pops it high. He's got it over the top of 1, over the top of 2. He's pinched it off the ceiling. Mad Alex on the backboard. Is it going to drop down? No, it's going to remain in the air here. Manchester might have another opportunity. Ethan off the wall. Jakey going to need to keep this one up, and does so. Where is Tarek? Ethan goes for it off the backboard. Does he have the double touch? No way! By a pixel, Warwick have secured Game 5. What have we just witnessed? That is the craziest moment I have ever seen. Oh my word.
Insanity the last few moments. That is incredibly impressive. Manchester keeping it up for a good 20 seconds there. And Ethan, that is the finest of angles. That is hitting it with just a little bit more of the car away from being put into the back of the net. But just having a moment, and yep, game will stand. Just having a moment with the admins, making sure that everything's been done by the book, everything's been done properly, and looks like things will be standing and going forward.
Yes, they will, and I'm speechless after that. So close to... It wouldn't have been a series-winning goal, but it would have given them a final opportunity to get in that overtime to get the 3-1. But Game 5 now, we are being asked to leave. I believe maybe we're on the wrong map. Maybe the server's dodgy. Maybe something else.
Knowing this series, it's somehow everything all at the same time.
All of the time, yes.
Everything just absolutely broken.
Wait, why am I back in the same server? Hello?
I have not joined an extra server.
Right, okay.
Well,
okay. Reset. Regain.
An odd set of circumstances have led us to this Game 5, but I tell you what, that Game 4 really did deliver on both attempts. But now we are here. We're at this point where Manchester got themselves back into that game, got themselves back into things, put Warwick under threat, almost took them to overtime. Warwick started the game extremely strong, got 2 goals very quickly, got a 3rd goal, and then Manchester decided to change the storyline. That one goal, that one dribble goal that Dis managed to get through just by the skin of his teeth was what divided the teams in the end. But now we're at Game 5, Champions Field. The names of RLCS champions and legends littered on banners around this stadium. And now, these teams will play in front of many eggs to see who will move on in this Swiss bracket.
Not just many eggs, me, yourself, and everyone watching in Twitch chat, who I'm sure is just foaming at the mouth to see the epic conclusion of this match after we saw just how Game 4 ended. And now we are in Game 5 to decide who potentially will be advancing to the prize playoffs. Reminder, both of these teams currently on 7 points, trying to get onto 8, and they'll have one more series.
Oh, that's a great demo.
To try and secure their spot, but this one, I feel, is going to be the most crucial.
Passing plays are being attempted left, right, and center at the moment from both sides. None of them coming off to start off the scoring so far. Tarek, round 1, blocked out by Bionic. That moves out to the back corner. Jakey, looking out the midfield line. Ethan will take control. Trying to get the demo, get Bionic out of the way, find a way through to start the scoring for Manchester. I tell you what, one person who is probably foaming at the mouth at the moment is GM. Absolute legend who's represented Manchester for so long. And to be honest, is finally getting his just rewards with the team that has been delivered this season. He is so proud of this roster and everything they've achieved, getting National League in the sister divisions for the first time in a very, very long time. And at the moment, they are challenging for the Newell playoffs to try and get themselves to that point for, I believe, the very first time. There is so much to be achieved for this Manchester roster as Tarek tries to start the scoring with a long-range shot. This will play off towards the side. Jakey in towards the centre. She can't find the dish around the corner, but it's still Manchester leading the way on opportunities. And can they find the first goal? Nothing at the moment seems to be crawling their way past Warwick. Let's be honest, when you're trying to find your way past a Warwick team, they are legendary for their defense and Kostica. I was gonna go into the history of Warwick and Warwick and the mighty wall of Walden, and all of a sudden, everything gone. This is why I don't predict who will win. I'm infected with the caster's curse to the max. And it's just impossible for me to have an opinion on anything Rocket League related. Oh dear.
So perfect.
I have to say, players in this season have had beautiful timing throughout today's play.
You've just turned such a serious game into just comedic perfection. I don't know how I'm going to recover from that, honestly, but tell you someone that is going to have to do some recovering.
Warwick are going to recover from that.
Yeah, honestly. That's a cheap one.
To be fair, defensively, they have been brilliant all series round, and then just moment like that comes along. Ethan comes again. Come on, boys.
Yeah. Well,
just the defense falters again.
Let's be serious for a second. Manchester now 2-0 up in Game 5. Warwick haven't really been able to come from being behind. It's been Manchester that have been the ones that when they've gone down and when they've started to look like being a little bit troubled, that they've managed to go, come on lads, we've got this, pull themselves together and found a way back into it. Warwick haven't really had the same strength, shall we say, when they've got their backs against the wall. So, and I think Manchester will be very thankful as well after the antics of the previous game.
Antics of this game, let's be honest.
Yes, true. Yes.
But they still have an opportunity now. They are pressing this Manchester team in very awkward positions. This sending a looping shot. Tarek will have to push that off towards the side. And again, a great positioning and great pressure being put on this Manchester side. They will find a break, though. Tarek can't find a way past Mad Alex, but here comes Ethan. This shot doesn't come through. Jakey has an opportunity, sends it out wide, gives a moment for the Manchester and Warwick team to take their breath. Warwick have been able to score goals this series. They have had almost no problem being able to get past Manchester. But they're almost waiting for a mistake at the moment for Manchester to make an overcommit, a gap in the defense. But at the moment, Manchester are giving them absolutely nothing. Zilch, Ethan, pops it high, drops it down. Tarek can't find the angle. Again, Warwick will have to make the save in quite an unkind situation, but they have a break here. Just as I was saying, the gap in Manchester's defense has opened, and Warwick will take it.
Yeah, that's a lovely flick there from Mad Alex and a wide open net to shoot at. Manchester really did not need to do that to themselves. They're fully overcommitted and allowed that opportunity to come through. And with 39 seconds left, Warwick now are going to be trying to do everything possible to make sure that they go to an overtime in Game 5. And I mean, this series has had everything, let's be honest. Why don't we add that into the mix as well? But it is still Manchester on the attack. Mad Alex again taking it forward. Ethan is on the back line, makes the touch. Not going to get the second one, though, and Manchester breaking down a little bit on defense again. Although that one is going to go all the way through. And I think that is game, set, and match for Manchester.
15 seconds. It is so close. But I think that might be it. The way that Warwick have looked this game, it's just not quite been enough to break down this Manchester. And just one more moment of bad luck has led to another goal. His opportunity, Mad Alex towards Bionic, across the net again for a second time. The last few seconds to tick down. Manchester will take Game 5. They've held their nerve, and they'll be hunting. They'll be looking for the prize playoff.
They really will. They'll advance on to 8 points now, along with a host of other teams, which hopefully I can tell you about. I can bring you some results for sure. UEA going 3-2 against... Roehampton beating UEA 3-2. So once again extending their unbeaten run. Lincoln A, we mentioned this earlier, sweeping Loughborough Lions. So Loughborough staying on 8 points. Lincoln currently unbeaten on the night. They will advance to 9. Warwick A beating Setu Esports. Glasgow victorious against... Who's Big Boy 10? Is that York? I think that's York. Birmingham beating Aston. Edinburgh beating Beanies Weenies. Nice. I have no idea who that is, but that's a brilliant team name.
Outstanding name. Thank you very much, guys. It's the perfect team. Perfect teammate. That is very University of Rocket League. But
Absolutely.
That will be it from this series. We have one more tonight. We'll be following you along with York and their final match of today and of the Swiss bracket. See you after this break.
Live 17 floors up, and when it rains I can feel those drops in my window pane. Lets me know that I'm still here. But when the sun comes out I will go outside. When it breaks through clouds I will give a smile. Lets me know that I'm still here. Sometimes I want to run away to find good times again. Find find all my old friends. Times I said good times, find my friends again. I said I wanna have good times, good times, find my friends again. And good times, I said good times, find my friends again. I said I wanna have good times, good times, find my friends again. And up, and when I cry, I can see this city through my watered eyes. Lets me know that I'm still here. When my eyes clear up, I will go outside. I'll imagine you're still by my side. Lets me know that I'm still here. Sometimes I want to run away, to find good times again, to find all my old friends. Run away, to the nearest place where I'll find all my old friends. Times I said good times, find my friends again. I said I wanna have good times, good times, find my friends again. And good times, I said good times, find my friends again. I said I wanna have good times, good times, find my friends again. And again, I said I wanna have good times, good times, find my friends again. And good times, I said good times, find my friends again. I said I wanna have good times, good times, find my friends again. And
Welcome back, everybody, to the Newell week number 5, the final week of Swiss for the Rocket League Winter Split. And we have almost reached our conclusion here. We have one final round for you. York will not be on stream. Instead, we will be streaming Lancaster versus Liverpool. Lancaster are needing this win to qualify, and Liverpool will be needing it if they want to go into the tiebreaker spots. We will be joining this game in Game 2, and we'll be joining it very shortly as Game 1 has almost come to a conclusion. And I can confirm that right now the score is 6-2 to Lancaster. So, pretty convincing win in Game 1. I'm once again joined by RW Dragon. It seems, well, we've already got a head start in predictions for this series, don't we? Lancaster having a very strong start. Lancaster
looking absolutely rampant. I don't think there's been many moments where Liverpool have actually got themselves into this game, as it were, but we've only seen about the last 2 or 3 minutes at most. So it seems like it's been a tricky start for Liverpool in their attempt to get into those tiebreakers. My goodness, 10 teams? 10 teams could be stuck just and competing for one spot. That's the situation we're stuck in. There could be 10 teams tied for that 8th place if Liverpool win. That is one spot for 10. What's going to happen? Who's going to get that spot? This is absolute insanity going down to the last game. Is this what deadline day is like for footballers? This what it's like.
I can confirm though, and I'm going to go by the fact that they are highlighted in green, so do not shoot me if they haven't qualified. But the teams that have qualified so far are obviously Rockhampton, who are already in with a perfect record. They have one more round left, so we'll see if they can go unbeaten throughout all the weeks of Swiss. We also have UEA Blue Jays qualified, Warwick qualified, and also Lincoln A as well. That is a bit of a surprise, to be honest, but they've won 2 games back-to-back on the night, on 9 points here. And then currently in the bottom half of the top 8, we have Loughborough, Lancaster, Manchester, and Birmingham. I think these are all up to date. I am like 90% sure that these are up to date. And then we also have, on 8 points, Setu, Southeast Technological University, Edinburgh Eclipse, and Glasgow Grizzlies. So if Lancaster lose this game and another 4 teams currently on 8 points win, then that will be Lancaster out of the top 8.
I think it might put them into the tiebreakers instead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the maths are going to be for who gets in those tiebreaker spots. But at the moment, the equation in terms of its simplest form is Lancaster win, prize playoffs. Liverpool win, we have an absolute brawl over one final spot in the prize playoffs that Liverpool can get themselves into. This is going to be madness incarnate for the next possibly 4 games. At the moment, Lancaster looking in pole position to make sure they qualify without any hassle into the prize playoffs.
Yeah, Lancaster have already firmly staked their claim in those prize playoffs with a emphatic win in Game 1. It was 6-2, and as you say, they never really looked like they were letting up or giving Liverpool any sort of breathing space. So Liverpool now have a bit of a mountain to climb because that is a crushing defeat in Game 1, and we will start the series in Game 2. And it might be over before it even started if Lancaster continue with this run of form on their last stretch to try and make it into those top 8 playoff spaces.
But I mean, the last 2 series that we've had on stream have not been simple for any of the 4 teams, any of the 2 victors in those series. It has really been a back and forth matchup when it came to those teams. The first game went one way, the next game just flipped completely to the other end, then it went back. And I think only in our first game did someone actually manage to hold that pressure throughout 2 games in a row to close it out in 3 games to 1. And this time it could be exactly the same. Liverpool are a good team. They can get back into this series. you're a Lancaster boy. I'm sure that you've been following along at least with these guys, and you'll know what these guys can do. Jay, Salty, and Benji. But Rose, Stocky, and Zamil, all three of them can get themselves into this series. Let war commence for the next game forward. Benji and Rowe on kickoff, and big wing off Lancaster. But back to Liverpool possession. Jay dropping it down. Rowe pressurizing straight into the corner. Stocky straight into the path of the Salty. Rowe pushes it back onto the back line towards Zamil. Big clearance towards Benji. Rose there first. Makes sure to get there before on the diagonal, but no one up for the first shot. Or very awkward for Lancaster. They do push it out towards the side. 30 seconds gone. No opening goal for either team.
No, Lancaster haven't opened up their scoring account just yet, and that's a little mistake on the back line. Is Rowe going to get there first? Being bumped off it by Salty. Stocky onto the backboard, looking for the double touch, but just goes a little bit too far to the left. Can't find the angle. Rowe back into the mixer, but nobody there. It's fired all the way down the other end onto the backboard. Stocky recovering off the ceiling. Jay grabbing that 100 boost, going to turn for this one. Maybe look for an air dribble. Planted that firmly into the midfield, but little deflection meant that nobody from Lancaster was able to capitalize.
Jay out towards the side, waiting for the boost and the mistake to come in from Liverpool. Very patient play from this Lancaster team to try and open up the defense of Liverpool. Salty gets a flip reset. Past one, not past Rowe. That's sent off towards the side, but all three have committed to one side of the pitch. This is very awkward for Liverpool to deal with. So Lancaster can push forward. Salty in towards the centre. Stocky with good air dribble to take it out of trouble. Rowe, shots towards net. Jay will take control, popping out it upwards. Zamil towards the side, off towards the ceiling. Salty can't get there first. Drop off the ceiling. Jay, shot just wide. Lancaster still finding the pressure, but Rowe finding the clearance. Almost an open net. Great save coming across by Salty Sea Dog. And Lancaster once again just escaping a little bit, but they're so quick to get straight back up to Liverpool's half.
They really are, but once they get there, they don't seem to have a whole lot of boosts. I don't know whether that is a result of Liverpool stealing or Lancaster just not managing their boost effectively. You can see in the midfield line, Benji left with almost nothing in the tank. Jay on the back line, though, bailing his team out there with a nice touch onto the backboard, and here he is again looking for the clearance. 50-50 that's gone long over to that left-hand side. Salty chasing onto the backboard. Who's going to be there for it? It is Jay, and the shot is a bouncy one, but it has found the top right-hand corner, and nobody from Liverpool going to be there to save that one.
It is excellent shot choice. The entire team of Liverpool seemed to be expecting an absolute